the time has come for me to address this topic. Okay, it's just time. It's time. Let's talk about daily survival in the world we live in today, where nothing is really ever as it seems. If you're new here, I'm Brittany, and CeleBritty is my show, an inspiration-based platform where we're likely to talk about anything and everything. If you haven't already subscribed yet, go ahead and click that button. We host amazing giveaways, and we want you to win one of them. Now, just that statement alone, nothing is really ever as it seems, can literally go in so many different directions, but we'll stick to one for today. I don't know about you all, but I am constantly doing what the older folks used to call taking everything with a grain of salt. Every time I see anything and anyone, I'm constantly thinking, is that really what it is? It might be, it might not. We live in a world where it's so easy to fake the funk, literally. And it can make you think that everyone has it together. And if you're a perfectionist or an overachiever like I am, you'll have constant bouts of various feelings. And so if you have feelings of confusion, hopelessness, or feeling lost or stuck, keep watching. Where are you really supposed to be in life right now? And that person that you feel is personifying the level that you're aiming to get to, are they really there? Or is it all a big facade? Are we all just living in one big illusion? We've become so accustomed to being lied to by the man that now we live in a world where so many people love to create an illusion for others. And worst of all, some of us humans love to disillusion ourselves. The truth is, wherever you are, whether you like it or not, is obviously where God intended you to be. And although we are tasked to try and give, in my opinion, a large amount of effort towards life, how we were destined to end up living this life, God already knew. And hopefully your life is a combination of effort, if you're trying, and God's protection and direction. And even if that person is really where they appear to be, who cares? Whether they are or aren't, it can't change anything about your path. Try to center yourself into leaning into trusting God's plan. And try not to compare yourself, because we do live in a world full of people pretending to be something that they're not. So while trying to navigate this, you guys, always remember to stay true to yourself. You know, it's really important to do your best to be an authentic and genuine person, especially in a world full of fake people and fake things. Being authentic almost requires you to surround yourself with real people as well, people who appreciate your true self. Being genuine attracts you to the right people, and it can act as a filter to keep out those who are really pretending. Remember to focus on your values and the good qualities about you and act in those strengths. We all have a moral compass, and it's important to keep a strong sense of your own morality and integrity. Knowing who you are and what you stand for can make you more resilient when it comes to the pressure to conform or get caught up in other people's facades. My morals have always completely shaped my life, you guys. My belief in my relationship with God, my goals to live the life that He requires, it shapes the things that I'm willing to do and the things that I'm not willing to do. And sometimes you just have to take a moment to just stop and breathe and think. Most importantly, don't accept everything at face value. It is so easy in this world to fall into the trap of believing everything you hear or see. Y'all know what I mean? Like, especially with social media. But you have to truly take the time to evaluate the authenticity of the information and the people around you. Pay attention to what you see. Look for that consistency. Genuine people tend to be consistent over time. And if someone's words don't align with their actions, that can be a huge red flag. So set your boundaries, you guys. You know, sometimes I think setting boundaries for some people is the hardest thing, but then I realize it's really the case that people don't know how to do the one key thing that comes with setting boundaries. See, I can set boundaries. I can write them down. I can commit them to memory, and I can internalize them. But there's one other thing you absolutely have to do when you're setting boundaries. One does not exist without the other. You also have to know when to walk away. Don't feel obligated to engage with people who are fake. The people who gaslight you, those who will constantly project fake personas or engage in manipulative behaviors, they're not for you. And while you're at it, be sure to limit your exposure to that negativity. Whether it's people who are fake or the situations that bring out the worst in them, controlling your environment can help you protect your peace of mind. Another thing I like to do is keep myself centered in this world. Take care of yourself. Learn how to make you a priority and take care of you to the fullest. Literally love yourself and the thought of you being in optimal mental and physical health. Take care of your mind, you guys. I'm a big believer of therapy. I feel everyone needs it at some point in their lives. I don't think there's anyone who couldn't benefit from therapy. But it's important to find the right therapist. If you don't take time to commit to this first crucial step, your opinion of therapy could be soured altogether. Once you find the right therapist, it can be very beneficial. So practice your self-care, your mental health awareness, and prioritize your well-being. Do that while keeping in mind that fake people can drain your energy. So make sure you're taking the time to do the things that rejuvenate you mentally, emotionally, and physically. And stay away from those fake people by learning how to detach yourself. It's not your responsibility to fix fake people. And this is a bad habit that so many people have. You have to practice letting go of the need to change others and focus on what you can control. Your reactions and your emotions. There are literally so many things I can go into surrounding this topic, you guys. Like even building a supportive network. Find your truly authentic connections. Even if that means stepping outside of your comfort zone, outside of your family zone, whatever that means. Find your village. Seek out the people who are genuinely like you and just genuine overall. Seek out those who value honesty. Real relationships can really serve as a buffer for the superficial world that we have to live in. And another great practice I found to be truly beneficial is the fact that I am an empathetic person. And it's a good quality to have. Possessing empathy makes you human. But I've realized that not every human has it. Empathy is the one thing that makes you care about others and their well-being. So have empathy, but maintain objectivity. Don't get me wrong. It's important to understand why people do the things that they do and have a level of understanding and maybe even empathy for those who feel the need to put on a facade because they're not comfortable with themselves. But it's also important to not let that influence your behaviors or your emotions too much. Now, I'm going to spoil this a little bit just in case you guys are a little late to the part 2 of this episode. But honestly, I can tell you right now, my number one piece of advice on this topic is if you're going to live in the world we live in right now, it is so important to have, maintain, and nurture a relationship with God. He is literally the only one that can truly get you through. Without him, I'm telling you, you're playing a game of you lose. Another key that's also very important to me is to focus on gratefulness. I know it sounds cliche, but it's really, really important. Try your best to be grateful for all the good points in your life. There are always some. Yes, things may not always be the way you would have wanted. This may not be the life you would have imagined yourself living, but there's always room for gratefulness. Now, I have a few more things I really want to share with you guys on this topic that I will share in the next episode. But if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I check them all. Again, I'm Brittany, and I'll see you all next time on CeleBritty Talk Show. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to check out this one where I detail our top 10 steps for crafting an amazing date night that will always leave a person wanting more.